Coast, feel it. West Coast, feel it. Say what? Dirty South, here we go. Can y'all really feel me, baby girl? East Coast, feel it. West Coast, feel it. Can you feel it? Dirty South, dirty. Can y'all really?
Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new here. I'm JaMya. So as you guys can tell by the title and the intro, I'm doing a flip over quick weave, and this is one of my favorite hairstyles I like to do on myself because it's simple, easy, and affordable. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm starting off on freshly washed hair, and I really just let my hair air dry overnight, which I don't recommend. I was just being lazy, so definitely blow dry your hair after washing it. But I'm just pretty much parting my hair from ear to ear, and this is the part in the front that you guys are seeing me braid now, and this is the part that I'm going to have for my leave out. So my main goal for this flip over quick weave is to make it look like my hair but better, so I'm just doing a smaller part in the front. But if you guys want to leave out more hair, you can. If you guys want to leave out less hair, you can. It just depends on your preference. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start braiding the back down, and this is where I say I prefer to blow dry my hair because it literally hurts so bad because my hair was not detangled. But I just went ahead and braid down the back of my hair and just make sure it was flat as possible. So I'm just going to put this in a faster pace so we can get through this part. So now I'm done braiding my hair. This is what it should look like. You should have your braids in the back and then your braid in the front for your leave out. And then I'm just going to take some banana oil and put that all over my scalp before I take my black dome cap, and I'm going to put that right on top of my hair. Now normally I would get a black wig cap, but they didn't have a wig cap in the hair store, so I just got the dome cap, which this one is a bit thicker, but it still gets the job done. So now I'm just going to cut the sections out by my ears just to bring my ears out, and this helps the placement of the cap to stay flat on my head. So now I'm just going to take some hair bond glue, and as you guys can see where I'm kind of showing you guys where I'm going to place it, it's just pretty much around the perimeter of the braids in the back. So I'm starting off with the front perimeter, and as you guys seen, I just pretty much outlined where the braids in the back start, and I'm just going to take my rat tail comb and spread that glue backwards towards like the braids. Basically what that does is just to allow it to have an even layer before applying another layer of the hair glue. And I'm pretty much just doing the same thing with the second layer, so I do about 2 layers for each section. So once I'm done with the top, I go ahead and start on the sides and move my way towards the back section. And with this side of the perimeter, I'm just doing the same exact steps like I did on the top. And you don't have to outline the cap with the hair glue. I just like to do this step because it adds in an extra layer of protection, and it also helps everything stay in place with the quick weave. So I'm just pretty much going to finish off this section and then come back to you guys to show you guys the next step. So even though the hair glue dries pretty quickly, you want to make sure that it's dry before going to the next step. And I'm going to be taking the Got2b freeze spray, and I'm going to spray a thin layer over the entire section in the back. And you don't have to necessarily add this spray on, but I like to add this on before putting on the protective shield, just to have like an extra layer of protection so the protective shield won't be sitting right on top of the cap. It'll basically be in between the protective shield and then the cap, so it just really gives it a nice extra layer of protection for my natural hair. And I don't know if it fully helps, but that's what I like to do. Now I'm taking this hair tool and I'm using this to apply my protective shield, and basically where I'm showing you guys is where we're going to be applying the protective shield inside of the perimeter where we put the hair glue. So with the protective shield, I'm going to start my way from the top and then work my way to the back. So I'm going to apply a good amount of this protective shield, and I'm just pretty much going to take the brush and kind of brush it backwards to create an even layer of this product. So once I feel like I have the first part evenly distributed, I'm going to go ahead and go back in with the protective shield and apply that onto the middle section and pretty much just evenly distribute that out everywhere. I'm pretty much starting from where I ended, and then I'm just going to be dragging that down towards the back. So once I've done the middle section, I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the back of my cap. And it can get a little messy once you're in the back, so just be careful. And also wear a shirt that you really don't mind getting messed up. And if you guys need to use a mirror, you can, but I just went ahead and just did the same process with evenly distributing the product out. So now that I'm finally done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and blow dry this entire section, and you really want to make sure it is dry and hard and molded before going into your second layer of using the protective shield. So as you guys see me here, I'm just pretty much just applying the second layer of the protective shield, and I'm going to go ahead and blow dry that in place. So once that is nice and firm, I like to go in with the Got2b spray and just freeze that in place. This is my last and final layer of molding my cap. So once everything is nice and dry, this is what it should look like, and it is definitely stuck in place and it's not moving, and my hair is protected underneath. So that is pretty much how I mold my cap when I like to do my quick weave. So here, as you can see, I'm pulling the cap back just to make sure I don't have any hair stuck to the cap before I start cutting off the excess cap. And when you're pulling back your hair, you don't want to pull back too hard, just lightly, just so you won't pull your actual hair along with the cap. So like I said before, now I'm just cutting off the excess cap, and I'm not cutting in a specific way, I'm just cutting off the excess cap. Like, I don't want any cap that's not laid down on my head, so I'm just doing that on the front and the back. And once you're done cutting, this is what it should look like. So the hair that I'm using is the Bobbi Boss Core bundles, and this is the Waterway bundles, and it's in the color TP427. And the bundles I got was 20, 22, and 24 inches, and it was about $24.99 at the hair store. So not too bad in pricing, especially for synthetic hair. And you can also add heat to it, and it is tangle free, which this is my third time using this hair, and it does really well with detangling the hair. So it's not too bad for $24.99. But moving on, I like to start off at the bottom of the cap because I like to use as much hair as possible. And here I am just measuring it from the start of the cap at the bottom to the end. And once I measure it, I'm just going to take the glue and put it right on top of the track. And for this first section, I'm just going to lay it on really straight, just so I can get the back of the hair and the end of the cap covered fully, so I can have a more fuller look in the back. So once I'm done placing the hair down on the cap, I like to press it in and then just go in with a blow dryer and just kind of dry it as much as possible. And if you guys aren't familiar with hair glue, it dries quickly anyway, so you don't have to have the blow dryer up there for long. So with this next row of hair, I'm just going to kind of place it in the same direction as I did with the first row, right on top of that first row of hair, just to once again have a more fuller look. But as you guys can tell, for the ends, I'm kind of making them more curved, because for the next row of hair, I'm going to actually start doing my U placements. So for this next row, like I said before, I'm going to start doing my U placements. And the reason why I do my U placements is because it helps the hair fall in place, especially with the direction of the hair that is going in. So with the U-shaped placement, it's just allowing my hair to fall in place better, especially in the final look of the hairstyle. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And basically, I measure the hair before applying the glue on there is just from one side to the other, basically an ear to ear type of measurement. So now I'm on my second bundle of hair, which is the 22 inches, and I'm just pretty much doing the same exact thing, just kind of curving the parts all the way until I get to the top. So I'm pretty much just going to allow you guys to see what I'm doing, because I'm literally doing the same thing. So I'm going to let you guys watch that, and then I'll come back to you guys for the top of my hair. So now that I'm at the top of my hair, I'm just going to be laying down the tracks in a straight row. So as you guys have seen how I'm going to place them down. So starting with the first one, I'm going as close to that last section that I just did. And I'm going to be placing the first couple tracks away from my head. So I'm going to measure it first and then make sure it's as straight as possible, and then lay them down and press them in place. And what I like to do for the front is spray a little bit of freeze spray on top with the Got To Be, just for a little extra hold. And then I just place the blow dryer right on top to dry it in place. And then I'm going to take my last bundle, which is the 20 inches, and just finish out this hairstyle. So now that I'm done laying those tracks away from my head, I'm just going to take the last few tracks and lay them towards my head. So I'm going to take that first track and lay it right where my cap starts, and then I'm just going to press it down just to make sure it's in place, and also spray the Got To Be on top and blow dried it. And now I'm taking the second piece of hair and doing the same exact thing. So once I dry both of them in place, I'm just flipping over the hair just to make sure I can't see any piece of my track showing. So once everything looks good there, I'm just going to apply my last piece of hair, and then I'm just going to spray it down with the Got To Be freeze spray, and then just blow dry it in place. So once the blow drying process is done, I like to go ahead and take the pieces of hair that I laid towards my hair and just comb it out from the roots a little bit so I can separate the hair. And then I'm just going to lay that backwards and set that in place. And now I'm just going to go ahead and work on my leave out. So I'm just taking out that braid, and with my leave out, I just like to style it like I would normally style my natural curly hair. I'm just going to take my Miss Jackie's Feather Soft Curls and use that as my curling cream. And I wet my hair before applying this product onto my hair, and I'm just going to scrunch it up a little bit to activate those curls. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take the Cream of Nature foaming mousse and apply that right on top of my curls as well. well. And after applying that, I'm just gonna go ahead and blow dry my hair in place. I like to cuff my hair and then just kind of blow dry it right on top just to activate those curls and keep them in place a little bit. And now we're just gonna go ahead and do my edges like normal. I like to use the Kiss edge control and then just set that edge control in place with the Got To Be Freeze spray, and it literally keeps my edges in place all day and for a couple days actually. But that's my little combo for my edges, so I'm just gonna finish them off really quickly for you guys. And then once I'm done setting it with the Got To Be Freeze spray, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my blow dryer and then just set them completely so they can dry down. So this is what the hair is looking like. If you guys want to keep it with all of the hair in, then you guys can, but this is what my hair is looking like. I personally want my hair in like a long bob style, so that is pretty much what I'm going to do. But I just want to show you guys how the hair looks with my natural hair on top as the leave out, and it looks pretty good. So like I said before, I want to have a long bob style, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut my hair to my desired length. And if you guys want to keep the length that you guys have right now with the bundles, then you can, or if you guys want to cut it like I did, then you can. Either is fine, whatever your preference is. So I like to take a quick look at the back just to see how the hair is falling in place. But as you guys can tell by us placing the hair down in the U direction, it definitely helps. So now I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of layers and just cut my hair to how I like it. And honestly, you guys don't have to do this part or really any of the shaping or cutting, but I like to give myself some layers because I want it to feel like my hair but better. So that's what I'm doing here. And once I got my desired look, I'm just gonna go ahead and style my hair. So for the hair that I added in, I'm just gonna apply some warm water to it first just to break up the curls a little bit. And once I'm done adding the water, I'm just gonna take the Miss Jessie's Feather Soft Curls once again and just apply that onto the hair. And I'm only gonna use a little bit amount of that product since I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Foaming Mousse by Creme of Nature, so it won't be too heavy on the hair. But once I do that, I'm just gonna kind of finger curl a few pieces as well after applying it onto my hair. And this is just to add a little bit more definition and just to recurl those pieces that kind of got straight while detangling my hair. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, scrunch up my hair for a little bit more definition and just get the curls to how I like them. And now I'm just going to take my blow dryer and just blow dry my hair just to make sure it is somewhat dry before I go to bed. And now I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up my hair and get ready for bed, and you guys can see the final look for the next day. Alright you guys, so this is the next day and this is what my hair is looking like. I absolutely love my hair. It's super quick, super simple, super affordable, and super easy. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And all the products that I used in this video will be linked down below in my description box, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. If you guys want to see more hair tutorials from me, let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!